Hello, everybody. It's Balinese bad boy Dave Neal here, stand-up comic host of Bachelor Nation News. And in this video, we've got the next Bachelorette leaked by one Steve Carbone, aka Reality Steve. The Steven of the reality has released who he believes will be the next Bachelorette of 2023. And we're going to get into it in 3, 2, 1. It is not Ariel. That's what this photo is. Ariel coverage provided by Dave Neal, not Ariel. But if you look over here at who Game of Roses is reacting to, they say, don't F this up, ABC, when you find out who the next Bachelorette is rumored to be. And there they are with a slow clap. So excited. The fine folks at Game of Roses will have a lot of Game of Roses coverage today. But we're going to get into this story in a second. Now, you may remember, and before we get into the Bachelorette, a spoiler of who it's going to be, it was released. Now, I'm 16 hours ahead of California time. So I'm recording this actually late Tuesday evening. You're going to be seeing it early Tuesday morning. I'm in the future. And that's right, futuristic Dave here. Is that a futuristic haircut, or are you just happy to see me? I'm looking great, but what you can't tell is I actually burned myself again. It was cloudy today, and I know what you're going to say. Oh, Dave, the cloudy clouds are when the sun's the worst. I know, idiot, but I was reading a good John Grisham novel, as you do. It was the only book that wasn't in Dutch. I was so bored by the pool. I was like, maybe I'll read a book. I'll be a book reader. My point being is that I was at the pool hanging out, and I got this message. Now, the other day, someone said, Dave, are you traveling for work or for honeymoon? And what they were implying was they have this weird thing. They think I'm a workaholic. Now, no offense to you fine people out there. I would rather not be making content, but one of the things with keeping the train running is just shoveling some coal into the old engine, which is what I do. And I'm okay doing that. 90 minutes a day keeps the YouTube algorithm at bay. That's okay with me. I'm okay doing that. But I did want to call the person out to be like, hey, yeah, you can be on vacation and still get a few things done. It doesn't mean I have a toxic relationship with work. It just means that's how it works. It's if I don't make content, you're going to go watch Zachary Reality. And hey, no offense to him, but I want you to watch my channel first. We love Zachary. So anyway, someone responded to my comment with this, which blows my mind because it literally makes no sense to me. Sometimes I go, I don't know what they're talking about. I literally have no idea what this person is saying. They said, honestly, Dave, you call out other influencers. I'm not an influencer. Business financing all the time. Tasha, Ari, etc. Why are you expecting to be exempt from the same conversation? Fans are more than within their right to question. Tasha, are you listening to this? Fans, my wife is in the other room here. Fans are more than within their right to question whether or not your vacation in Bali is being written off as a business expense. It's a valid question. So what's with the defensiveness? My response, and sometimes brevity is a virtue, folks, and sometimes the shortest response, the better. I go, huh? What are you talking about? We criticized Tasha and Ari for taking fraudulent PPP loans during a pandemic. What does that have to do with whether or not I am on a vacation? Now, I guess the question this person is asking, and I can't believe I'm addressing this, but I address it because it's fun for me. I wouldn't bring up negativity if it wasn't fun, but my jaw is literally hitting the Bali beach floor here. But I think what they're saying is, are you gonna try to write off your honeymoon as work? Let me tell you something. Making Bachelor content does not mean I can write off the trip that I'm on. Now, I do have a stand-up show tomorrow. Anyone wants to come out and check that out, I have a stand-up show in Seminyak, I believe it's called, the area of Bali. I'll be doing the show in English, and I'll be trying to speak very slowly for all of our international audience that'll be at the show. But either way, dude, I have no idea what they were trying to reference. Like, I'm dodging my taxes. I guess I can put you in contact with tax professionals to find out whether or not you can write off expenses. But no, I don't believe it's within the right of the audience to wonder whether or not I am on a 100% vacation or a 90%. It's not like a dichotomy where you're either on vacation or you're working. No, I got sunburned today reading a John Grisham novel at the pool. That's called a vacation. That's That's the most American thing you can do, right? Reading a shitty novel by a pool where, some kid's probably peeing in the water fountain. That's what a vacation is, right? But here we are making content about it. Okay, so anyway, here it is, the spoiler for who's the next Bachelorette. Let me turn the mic down a little bit. It's Charity Lawson, 26 years young, from Columbus, Georgia. Hey, we were just in Columbus, Georgia. Your sister lives in oh no, I'm sorry, that wasn't Georgia. That's a different Columbus. That's not even Columbus. Okay, either way, Columbus, remember him? What did he spread a bunch of disease, and we made some statues for him and tore him down. Oh, Columbo, quit canceling Christopher Columbus, like we care. We just turn all the lights off. No, it's all right. No, she's like, yeah, are you done with your YouTube videos? We're on vacation. I don't care what that taxologist says in your comment section. So anyway, Charity Lawson, that's who it is, says Reality Steve. Let's hear what he had to say today on his podcast regarding the next announcement.
To where I really do think it's Charity that's going to be the next Bachelorette. I think it's going to be announced in the next couple weeks. When filming begins, that's the only thing that I'm holding out on because, well, not holding out. I don't know when filming begins, but we've been over this numerous times. I've said that they've never started filming The Bachelorette before The Bachelor ended airing. So I don't know why that would change this season, although we did have a Bachelor season that started way later than it normally does, as you know. The Bachelor season this year started on January 23rd. I think yesterday I said the 27th. I was wrong on that. It was Monday, January 23rd. It's usually the first Monday in January. This is the first time in 15 years that the show has not aired in the first Monday in January, and that was due to NFL getting the playoff rights on ABC, and they just didn't want to have to take a week off. So they had to wait till that was done. The first wild card playoff game was on Monday night, the 16th of January. So they just started once that was over.
So it'll be very interesting if this actually is a season where Charity's season of The Bachelorette starts filming, possibly before she's even canceled from the show. Voted off the show.
20 Bachelor. This will be the 20th Bachelorette season. They've never started filming The Bachelorette before The Bachelor was done airing. They just haven't. Because they've used that after the final rose live on The Bachelor on finale night to introduce The Bachelorette. Quite a few seasons in a row, we had that Bachelorette meet 5 of her guys, and then later on that week, they start filming the season. So I don't know why that would change this season, but we'll see. We will see how that goes. I really do think with Charity in that role, and I understand that a lot of people, everyone has their favorites every season. That's nothing new. You're going to have your favorites, and the people who wanted Ariel are disappointed. The people who wanted Gabby are disappointed. And look, the gig can only go to one person. Well,
Bingo.
Outside of last season with Gabby and Rachel. They're not going to do that again anytime soon.
Yeah, we see the comments online. People go, "Oh, I wish it was Ariel," and a lot of people are saying Charity's boring. Here's the deal: I'm okay. Look, we don't. Charity hasn't been edited in a way that's dramatic or villainous or any of these things. She's not overly quirky like Gabby kind of is. I don't know why people want Ariel, other than Ariel got a pretty good edit this past week. Ariel would be fun. Like Reality Steve is saying, they've all been chosen out of thousands of people that have tested or interviewed to be on the show, so they've all got something redeemable, except for some a couple of them are like real don't have much going on, but no, look, I personally, you guys know I was a big fan of Jess. She's too young to be the Bachelorette. She's ripe for Bachelor in Paradise, as they say. But it was posted justjared.com had shared basically a copy and paste here of what we know about Charity. 26 years young, child and family therapist from Columbus, Georgia. She comes in 4th place in Zach's season, but is a massive fan favorite. She's sure to have an amazing season if she is indeed chosen. So that's what they know. And, we saw saw her deal, the issue she had with who the hell was it? Jeez, I'm forgetting at this point. Brooklyn. No, not with Brooklyn, but Brooklyn was there standing up for Charity as she was about to go on her one-on-one. We know that Kat did a sweep in, the old swooparoo to kiss Zach with her lip smacker energy, and then Charity, unproblematic. She's as a therapist, I'm sure she's able to, which is interesting that they're bringing on someone who is a therapist. Now, I will say, even though therapists give good advice, you would think, or can coach people through their own dilemmas, shine light in the dark places, as I'm sure therapists will tell you, they're just as messy as the rest of us, or at least have the potential to be. If you haven't watched the new Apple TV show, Shrinking or Shrinked, whatever it's called, a very good show. Jason Segel and who's the other guy? Who's it? Harrison Ford there, and very good show. But the shrinks are very messy on the show, so maybe she's got that potential. But either way, we've seen kind of nothing but good things from Charity so far. 26 years old, and extremely passionate about helping people live their best lives. And we'll have to see. I mean, maybe she probably just got her degree recently. Don't you have to get a master's or whatever for that? And this is her after she graduated Auburn. The past 6 years at Auburn have been an experience of a lifetime, one that I don't take for granted. I've been challenged, pushed, and molded into the woman I am today. Looking back on my journey, I've met the most incredible people, professors, created the best memories, but most importantly, unconsciously, I walked right into my calling, which apparently is to bang on national TV. I'm just kidding, Charity. These are all jokes. Tomorrow, May 7th, I will be graduating with my master's in clinical mental health counseling. And again, all of this was from, I think this is from last year, this photo here. But either way, we're happy for it. Let's see if Reality Steve has anything left to say about Charity right here.
But the gig normally goes to one person, and one person gets the gig. So there's always going to be a disappointed fan base. However,
it's a great photo.
Some of the things that I was seeing yesterday, and it just has me shaking my head, and it gets to the point where my blood is almost boiling. When, look, I'm not exaggerating, but I could, and I'm not going to do this because it just takes up too much time, but I'm not exaggerating. And when I made the Charity announcement, whether it was on Twitter, whether it was on my Instagram story, whether it was on my Instagram feed, so I got reactions on Instagram story, I got reactions on my feed. There are people, obviously, and maybe they're Ariel fans, maybe they are Gabby fans that wanted them to be the Bachelorette, or maybe even somebody else. I don't know. I'm just going in top 4. But the amount of people who would make a comment towards Charity, boo, boring, why her? And I'm just telling you, if you could guess one thing that every single one of the people that said either boo or boring or why her or not watching, if you could guess the one thing that all those people who wrote that had in common, it makes you shake your head. It was like clockwork. It's just it disgusts me.
Well, what's going to happen, I think what he's alluding to, is that because they have another lead of color, is that you're going to deal with people that, come at it from all different angles. And unfortunately, those just, and I hate to say that those people just exist online, because I get inundated with DMs myself from people that it makes you roll your head. It's almost like, and I think what Reality Steve's alluding to, it's almost being like at Thanksgiving dinner with your extended family, family that you don't choose, but you have to tolerate them. Sometimes the DMs feel like that times 1,000, because you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the archaic way of thinking this person has, or they talk about race in a way that is like not appropriate, things like that. And that'll exist, and I think that's just the type of the stain on society that you try to burn off through exposure and empathy and grace and whatever. But we're gonna have to see how it all plays out. I'm excited for Charity. I think she's gonna make a fantastic Bachelorette. There's a lot we need to learn about her, as far as she hasn't had I mean, she's had a good amount of screen time, but it's other than the recently getting the recent one-on-one, there's going to be a lot of information we're going to get about her in a good way, and we'll see who her crop of men will be and all that jazz. Assuming it's her, we'll have to find out. I've got so much more content to get to, so I'm going to get to that right now. 2 more videos coming out today, plus the podcast Bachelor Rush Hour. We'll cover some of the American Idol music from this week, plus, of course, all the different Bachelor news as we see it, and more coming your way right after this.